Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Percy Stadium, host of today's Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. Today's game features grade 8 and 9s for the BC region of West and East, the All-Stars. My name's Adam Kordick, and I will be the voice of the FPC for today's games. We have some great action ahead, sponsored by CanadaFootballChat. Fox 40, proud partner and official athletic supplier of the FPC. Fox 40, the official Peerless Whistles worldwide, authentic and original. These young gentlemen have been getting to this moment the last 2 months, a couple tryouts, sponsored by CanadaFootballChat, and they are ready to strap up their helmets and finally play one another. They've been practicing for the last 2 months. Made the team, and now they're ready to go to battle here at Percy Stadium in Coquitlam. We'll be playing on a Canadian-sized field, but it's going to be 4-down football here. A lot of these players play in the BC High School Football League. These are going to be grade 8s and 9s, or the grade 9s being freshmen for those on the East Coast watching this game. And we are in for a real treat. We have some players from the grade 8 championship team, the Notre Dame Jugglers, who won the grade 8 championship over Vancouver College this past year. And also the grade 9s from the Lord Tweedsmuir team that won the JV championship. Players getting pumped up here. The weather's turning around. We had some rain. It looks like the sun's trying to break through this Mother's Day long weekend.
We'd like to also take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's event. Fox 40, Big Kahuna, Russell Athletics, Spalding, CFL, Sports Pacific Training, Capital QB, and CanadaFootballChat.com.
CanadaFootballChat.com, Prospects Challenge. Fox 40. It's about to kick off. We have Team East in the orange jerseys and Team West in the white jerseys. And the first ever British Columbia 2017 Fox 40 Prospect Challenge is about to be underway.
All right, guys, we're ready to play some football here.
It's going to be Team West starting with the ball on their own 40-yard line. Quarterback under center is Ethan Anderson, Abbotsford secondary player, and he's going to take it himself. And a great tackle there by the East linebacker. No gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Anderson gets the call from Karn Dodd, head coach of Team West. Ethan Anderson in the shotgun. Anderson fumbles it, but jumps on it. It's going to be a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13. We've had a heavy rainfall the last couple hours. It's going to be tough to get the handle on the football. 3rd and 13 here. At the first annual BC Prospect Challenge. That's been going on for the last 4 years all over the country and finally has been brought to Vancouver. A couple guys offside here. Ethan Anderson looks to pass. He's going to try to buy time. Throws it up. It's a wobbler, and it is just dropped by number 35, Mason Goddard from Lord Tweedsmuir. And Anderson got away with one there. Good pressure by that East D line there. It's going to bring up 4th down. Some different rules in this all-star format. The East are going to take over the ball around the same spot. This time at their own 45-yard line. And now it's Team East or Team Interior's time to go to work here. Their first drive of the day. Quarterback Zach Smith, great young quarterback out of Vernon. It's in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Smith's going to look to pass. He's going to buy some time, rolls out left. He's going to take off with it. Gets past midfield and a little more. Right at the 55-yard line. Just short, actually. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Zach Smith, one of the many Vernon players playing on Team East in the orange jerseys. He's got a receiver, Ethan Mitchell. Took the trip down. And it's going to be a handoff. Taking it up the middle for a 1st down, Team East.
And just to update you a bit on the rules for today. So each team will take the ball on the 30-yard line.
It's going to bring up a 1st down.
The 2 choices. They can either go for it or give it to the opponent on the 40-yard line.
Zach Smith in the shotgun. One running back behind him. He's going to take it and throw. Pump fakes. Rolls out to his left. Looks to buy some time. And he's going to run. Scramble for a gain of 4.5 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. And Team East is moving the ball well right now on their first drive in this All-Star Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. CanadaFootballChat.com. It's going to be 2nd and a long 5. Zach Smith looks to pass again. Sees a target, throws down to the left, has it wide open, and that is caught by Caden Danbrook for a gain of about 25 or 30 there. Smith showing off his arm, and a great catch by Caden Danbrook. Out of Vernon. There's the Vernon to Vernon connection there. Both kids playing their high school ball in Vernon. And that was a huge gain. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a handoff this time to, I think, Jaden Klassen from GW Graham there. Big running back. He's going to pick up 6. Klassen 5'8", 175, GW Graham. Great program in Chilliwack. See a lot of good players come out of that program. Now it's going to be 2nd and 4. Ball on the 9-yard line. Smith's, he's going to give it off again. And good. And Klassen is brought down by Aiden Pugh. Good tackle there. Defensive lineman out of Mount Douglas with a great pressure and a even better tackle. No gain on the play. Now it's going to be 3rd down. now we have third down. Smith, the quarterback, Klassen behind him. And Smith's going to look to throw. Gets away. No, he does not. Huge sack by number 50, Caleb Hoy out of Notre Dame. Great play by the juggler. He was part of that provincial championship grade 8 team that won this past year against Vancouver College. That game wasn't even close. I think it was 44-7, the grade 8 championship. So now it's going to be 4th and 14. Zach Smith is just going to hand it off to Klassen. And he's going to be tackled by a gang of Team West in the white jerseys. And we're going to switch over the field now. If you're a football player who wants to show off your skills in a competitive environment, be sure to look out for the 2018 Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. The schedule that will come out this September. Visit CanadaFootballChat.com for more information. It's a great program. We appreciate you, all those watching on the stream on CanadaFootballChat.com and on YouTube, on the YouTube page, CanadaFootballChat.com. And now the white jerseys, Team West is going to take over here. Ethan Anderson in the shotgun. He's going to hand off, but it's fumbled. But Anderson looks like he got back on top of that. Try to hand off to Caden Reeder, I believe. Fumbled snap. It's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Second and 16. Anderson the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. He's going to try to hit his target on the slant pattern that was intended for Mac Livingstone from Nanaimo there. Incomplete, bringing up 3rd down. Anderson, grade 9 out of Abbotsford Secondary, actually got a couple reps on the varsity team playing grade 9. He'll be one to look for in the future for sure. Anderson again, 1 receiver in motion. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Gets the snap, looks to pass, finds his target in the slat. And he's going to be a hard guy to bring down. That is Jared Steele with the reception out of Belmont. Anderson picking up a gain of 5 in the flats there. And we have a 4th and 10 now. 30 yards up. 30 yards up. And they're going to punt. So a punt is about 30 yards. So they're going to automatic 30-yard punt there on 4th down. So now Team East is going to take over, headed by quarterback Zach Smith, who they moved the ball quite well on their first drive. Got it down to near the goal line, but were unable to convert. And if you're joining us, this is the first of 3 games. This one game is the West Coast Grade 8-9 All-Stars. They're playing right now the Interior or East Grade 8 All-Stars. Then at 1:30, the West Coast Sophomore All-Stars will play the Interior Sophomore All-Star or Grade 10s. And then the Showcase Varsity game featuring the top players from the West Coast and also the Interior. 1st and 10. Smith's going to hand it off. I believe that's number 7. Christian Barlon Diaz from Seacom on the carry. So maybe a loss of a half a yard, bringing up 2nd and 10. Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Diaz in the backfield. Smith's going to look to pass. He's going to get away from pressure. He's going upfield. Makes one guy miss. This guy's got some speed and some moves, and he's going to pick up, I think, 12 yards. Smith showing off not just his arm, but his feet in this game. But we got a flag on the field. This one's going to be against Team East. It's going to be face masking. Offensive face masking. And that's going to bring up 2nd and long now. It's going to bring them all the way back to their own 54-yard line. Team East is going to go to work again. Zach Smith in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Finds his target on the flat. Caden looking good down the field, down the sideline, and that's Caden Danbrook. The Vernon connection, Smith to Danbrook, hits him in the flat, and he'll take it, get some yak after that. 25 yards there. And those guys obviously have played together before, playing high school together. And that's Danbrook's 2nd catch. 2 big catches, both 30-yard receptions. And now East, 29-yard line. Smith's going to look to pass, has some pressure, looks to the flat, intended for his other Vernon receiver, Ethan Mitchell, but that is incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10. Just would like to take the time to thank our sponsors of today's great event: Fox 40, Big Kahuna, Russell Athletics, Spalding, CFL, Sports Training, Capital QBs, and CanadaFootballChat.com. Excuse me, a little mumbly today. We'll get that going. Zach Smith looking to pass on 2nd down. He's going right up the middle. Launches it for the end zone for Danbrook, but that is incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Third and 10. Smith in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Eludes some pressure. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be brought down, pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 4, and they are going to go for it. Three receivers out left. That's where he's going to go. Getting some big pressure from the West D-line. And Smith tiptoes down the sidelines for a 1st down. Team East moving the ball well right now, led by their quarterback, Zach Smith. And that's going to bring up 1st and goal. And he's just going to get 5 yards on the play. That's Christian Barlon Diaz from Coquitlam. Barlon Diaz from Coquitlam. Coquitlam being the AA varsity champs this year. It's going to be 2nd and 5. And it's going to be Clausen. We got a flag on the field, but Jaden Clausen, big running back. There's a flag down, but it's looks to be against the East. Going to be a chop block. And that's going to bring the East all the way back to the 20-yard line. And it's 2nd and goal now. Smith has trips to his left. One receiver to the wide side. He's going to take it himself. Design play. Big block by Clausen. And an even better tackle by number 44 there, Andrew Matz, out of Nanaimo. The Team East All-Stars have been able to move the ball, but the West have countered with some very good defensive plays, holding the East back. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 15-yard line. This time Smith's going to have 2 receivers to his left, both Vernon receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right, and Clausen in the backfield. Smith to the corner. He's got his target, and it's caught. Caden Danbrook with his 3rd reception of the day, and that is a touchdown. Smith to Danbrook. The Vernon connection gets the East on the board and our first points of the day from 15 yards out. What a play call. See, it was about a little corner route by Danbrook from the slot, and a perfect throw by Smith. They've done that before. Both the Vernon kids going to work today. There's going to be a conversion here from 2 yards out. Smith. Buy some time. He's running away from pressure. It's just out of the reach of Ethan Mitchell. And that's the touchdown, though. 6-0 for Team East. After that great pass by Zach Smith to Caden Danbrook. Attention all fans of amateur football, CanadaFootballChat.com, the nation's #1 amateur football recruiting and news site, recently launched the Class 2018 CFC 100 Top Player Rankings. The list, compiled the last 4 months by the CFC Scouting Bureau, ranks the top 100 players entering university in 2018. Fumbling my words a bit. I apologize for that there. I need my third coffee for the day to get me going. We have a new quarterback in for Team West. It's going to be number 2, Kalen Bosa out of Notre Dame. It's going to be 2nd and 13. Bosa in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Bosa's going to look to pass. Looks for his target, Renell Blondris from House Sound. Just incomplete, out of his reach. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12. 3:14 left in the first quarter here at the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. Bosa looking to throw. He's going to find his target in the backfield, but it's fumbled. That's Darius Andre. But he's going to backpedal, keep going back further, but he's got some room. And a good tackle there by the East player. And that is 4th and long. So the rules, an automatic punt is 30 yards downfield, which that's what they, West and Coach Karn Dodd will elect to do. So Team East is going to take over again, up 6-0. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first quarter here. East scoring on their last drive. Zach Smith, 15-yard touchdown pass caught by Caden Danbrook for the score. The conversion was no good, so we are 6-0 right now. And the West will take over at the East will take over at the West 50-yard line. Smith about to get the snap. Barlon Diaz in the backfield. Barlon Diaz with the carry. Let's make a couple guys miss before he's taken down. Gain of 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Smith looking to throw deep, and he does. He's got a target. And this time it's Ethan Mitchell with the catch and the touchdown. The 45-yard touchdown pass and catch. Smith, the first time he does it with his Vernon buddy Danbrook. Now he does it with Ethan Mitchell. And that is his 2nd touchdown pass of the day, both to his Vernon receivers. Makes it 12-0 here with 1:42 left in the first quarter. And they're going to go for a 1-point conversion. No kicking today. Smith looking in the flats, and he's got his target. That's Danbrook in the flats for the conversion.
13-0 score here for the east side over the west side wearing the white. Yeah, 1 point, 2 left in the first. Here comes the white back on the field to answer. Nice drive there by the orange squad.
And now the West will take over at their own 40-yard line after the East touchdown. Vernon showing well here for that East squad, scoring all the points for the interior. It's going to be Bosa in the shotgun. Handoff. This is number 8, Darius Andrade. Picks up 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Bosa gets the call from Coach Dodd, relaying it to his teammates. They are ready to go. 2 targets out right, 2 targets out left. Bosa in the shotgun. Bosa's going to look to pass, gets rid of it quick, and it's caught. Nice catch and a good tackle. Kai Thomas with the tackle from Langley. And the catch was Ethan Scott from Hugh Boyd. Good enough for 6 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 2. Bosa again talking to Coach. Got the play. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Team East up 13-0 over Team West, led by quarterback Zach Smith for the East, who threw 1 touchdown, 15-yard pass to Danbrook. No conversion was no good. It made 6-0 at that point. And then their last drive, 47-yard touchdown pass. Smith, this time to his other Vernon receiver, Mitchell. Conversion was good to make it 13-0. For the second quarter, they have about 3rd and 1. And West QB, Kalen Bosa, quarterback out of Notre Dame. Teammate late coming in. Third and 1. Bosa, option play to Andre. And he's going to get the first down. Hard running there from Darius out of Carson Graham. But we got a, looks like a holding. It might bring this play back. Looks like it's going to be a holding call on Ethan Scott. And it's going to bring up 2nd now and 11. 3rd and 11. It's going to be a spot foul, so it's going to be actually 3rd and 8. Third and 8. Bosa looking to throw. Ooh, just out of the hands of his intended receiver, number 88, Aishan Aurora. That's going to bring up 4th down. So they're going to go for it. An automatic punt would be 30 yards. But they're going to try to pick up this 8 yards right now on 4th down. Trailing 13 points right now. A lot of time left in this one. Bosa under center. Finds his target in the flat. He's trying to push forward, and it's going to be very close. I think he got it. Ryan Werboski with the catch. No challenging. That was very close, but it's going to be short. Just before Team East takes over here, we have a special guest, Lee Barrett, the founder of CanadaFootballChat.com. What a great day you've been putting on throughout these last couple months.
Yeah, this is game 17 of 19 over the last. This is the 3rd weekend. We were in Hamilton at Tim Hortons Field the first weekend, had 8 games, including a entry from Cleveland, Ohio. Last weekend we were in Ottawa, had a couple days there. We had teams from Quebec in that, and also the best grade 11s from this tournament in British Columbia traveled there to play the best grade 11s from the central part of Canada, and it was quite a game.
And Lee, take us through the process. I know you've been doing the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge for the last 4 years across the country. Take us through the process that finally got you to BC to have this great event we're putting on right now.
Yeah, so first I'd like to thank Fox 40. They've been a great sponsor for us throughout, and they stepped up and became the naming rights sponsor this year. So we're excited about that partnership, and it's a great company, Canadian company. The process basically is it's a 3-phased event. So the kids will start to promote in September the tryout series. So there's usually tryout series close to people's home. From that, they'll be chosen to go to a selection camp, which would be sometime, in February or around that time. Might be a little later in British Columbia here. And from the selection camp, as the name says, that's where the final roster is selected. So it's a 3-phase event. It's very inclusive event. We're just hoping to get the word out there more. We deem it a success in British Columbia in year 1. And I think once the awareness of the event becomes more prevalent, we'll get even more kids out next year.
And, with football, in BC, there's not a lot of programs like this. So, look at your numbers that you have for this event, and it's only going to grow for sure. And looked like we had a turnover there. So Team West, they're, I guess, the home field guys. They're looking to get back into this one down 13-0 early.
Yeah, they returned the favor there after the turnover.
Yeah. And what are you excited for? I know you included the CFL with officiating going into the varsity, the grade 11-12 game at 4 o'clock today. Tell us about that and the CFL relationship with CFC.
Yeah, that's the second year we've done that. Hot
little
potato.
jump ball, hot potato. That's called the tip drill, and that is picked off by number 35, Mason Goddard.
Yeah, the Canadian Football League has been involved in the event in differing forms, but the last 2 years they've used some of our varsity games, so the older age groups, as a way to evaluate future CFL officials. So I got to thank Dave Hutton and Glenn Johnson and the crew there at the CFL who do a great job with organizing that. And I'd have to say, and I'll give the feedback to them, that the officiating's been great over the course of the 3 weekends, especially the crews that are being evaluated, and you know, they take it obviously very seriously because it's a potential stepping stone to the professional ranks.
It's going to bring up 1st and 10, right at midfield. Smith's back in. The Vernon kid, under pressure, gets away from one, gets away from another, and he's going to pick up 5 yards. You know, doing this, how the team's kind of shaped up, Zach Smith, the Vernon quarterback, he's got 2 of his Vernon receivers, and in an all-star format, to have 2 guys that you've obviously been throwing to probably for the last 5-6 years. We've seen it on 2 of the touchdowns, hitting both Ethan Mitchell, number 80 from Vernon, and also Caden Danbrook.
Almost unfair.
It is, in an all-star format for sure.
Yeah. No, I've been impressed with the talent out here. I've been happy with the sun coming out.
Yep.
And I'm sure most of the people are happy with that as well. But even if with the sun or the rain, that's a beautiful covered facility here in Coquitlam.
Yeah, this is where the Terry Fox Ravens play their home games in the high school season. It's going to be Smith, this time to number 7 there, Christian Barlon Diaz. He's going to look right, stiff arms one guy. It's going to take 2 guys to bring him down, and that on the tackle, it was number 44, Andrew Mattis, out in Nanaimo. And we're looking at the East and the West squads, you know, a lot of not just the Lower Mainland. We're seeing Nanaimo, Victoria. We're seeing a lot of in Okanagan. I know I saw in one roster coming up, there's a guy from Pemberton. So it's nice that a lot of guys are coming in from out of town to join this because, you know, some of those smaller schools, you don't get the recognition you deserve if you are a good player. It's just more from where you're from. So it's nice that the Prospect Challenge, you get to show off your skills against the very best.
For sure, and I think that's we try to make the point of getting, at least in the tryout process, to a bunch of different geographical areas, and I think that helps the kids, you know, if they can have at least a tryout in their backyard, and then if the selection camps in a general proximity where they can travel. So we try to, again, from an inclusive standpoint, make the travel, limit the travel that the kids have to do as well.
There's an incomplete pass by Smith there, bringing up 2nd and 10. And I know last week, I guess, for British Columbia fans, that the grade 11s went over and played an Ontario team. Had a hard-fought game, ended up losing that one, but it's a great way for people, even kids, to see the country and show off their talents in a different province. There's Smith to pass. He's going to hit Mitchell. Mitchell, great catch. Going to look outside. That's a great tackle by number 13 there on Team West, Dallin Hushchi out of Notre Dame there.
Yeah, last weekend's game, the British Columbia contingent, both teams showed up and played extremely well. Both teams had some great skill players. Both teams had some great line play. The Ontario team definitely, you know, they pulled away at the end, but it was anyone's game up until, you know, midway through the 4th. There's some great quarterbacking play and had a little bit of everything. So we're happy with how well the game was played. But the kids played it the way it's supposed to be, and they played hard, they played tough, and they played clean.
It's going to be 3rd and 7. Smith, pump fakes, going outside, but he's brought down this time. Caleb Hoy, big defensive play there. That is his 2nd big play of the day from the defensive line. And now you've been doing this for 8 years since CanadaFootballChat.com's inception. Now you've kind of been able to see guys that you've covered move up the ranks in the next level, the CFL and NCAA, you know, CIS, U Sports.
Yep.
must be very cool because, you know, at the first couple of years you weren't going to see that, and now
That's right.
you're seeing these players grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've been ranking the kids for 4 years, but obviously covering them for 8 years now. So next year's CFL draft will be extremely intriguing to see how it correlated with our top 100 player rankings back in, I think, 2014 was when we started them. But as you said, it's always exciting to.
And what a pick! What a pick, Peter Primo there. Turnover. It's going to be a turnover there, and Team West is going to take over.
Always exciting to see the kids we covered, and I was fortunate enough to do the CFL draft show for 3 years, and wasn't available this year because I had this tournament. But did the draft show, and last year especially, there was a lot of kids that we had covered and had seen them since high school, and actually seen them in person at a high school field. So it's great that we've seen them from high school all the way to the pros.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I've seen football grow. I played high school football here in BC, graduated in 2007, but I've seen kind of the initiative of some of these players because, you know, a lot of guys are multi-sport, which is great because there are not a lot of programs like this when I was around, but now you can do that where you can, strap up the helmet 12 months a year, which is good because normally in some high school programs, it's only really 4 months of getting ready for the season, but now you've kind of seen the growth in all levels. You know, even youth sports is getting more recognition than it once did. The CFL.
Yeah, the thing we're most proud of, and we're proud of a lot of things, but just the kid who's from, as you mentioned, the small town that doesn't get the recognition, then all of a sudden they're playing in our event. They a youth sport coach or whoever recognizes them and recognizes that they have some talent, and they'd want to be involved in their program, right? So we've had, I can think of a kid in the Ontario region from Sturgeon Falls.
And that's Joseph Lucas catching from Anderson, and he's going to take it. He's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of around 60 on the play. Joseph Lucas, who I believe his brother is Josh Lucas of Mount Douglas, who's the leading receiver on that Mount Douglas varsity team. So it's obviously in the family. He's seen his brother play and win multiple provincial titles. But that was a great pass and catch by Joseph Lucas there. And it looks like Anderson from Abbotsford is back in the game at QB for the West. And that's what the West needed, being down 13. You know, it is an all-star game, but these guys want to win. You want to be
Absolutely.
Get the recognition of that. And Anderson looking to pass on first down, slant play, and a great catch by, I believe, number 18 there. Damian Joseph. 16? Mac Livingstone. We've actually seen that's his second catch of the day here. And now the West rolling with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 2. And doing now this for, I guess, Anderson. Another slant play, this time to Lucas. It's going to be caught. First down, 5-yard line. Doing these all-star games, obviously you've seen a lot of close games and competitive matchups over the past 4 years.
Yep. I mean, some of our best games are the grade 8 level. We had some great games last week on the Sunday that I think one was a 7-6 game, another was a 13-6, and both were decided in the waning moments of the fourth quarter.
And I commend some of these kids now, grade 8, grade 9, their football IQ, to be able to pick up a new playbook. You know, obviously it's kind of not dumbed down, but it's simplified, but still being able to pick up a new playbook, play with different people, especially the O-line, the O-line position, right, where you're used to playing with the same guys. It's going to be a little draw play to number 3 there. William Taggart scores. No, actually, excuse me, that's Salrap Kopi Ka from Nanaimo District. Nanaimo actually had a great program. They actually won the JV AA this year against Barsby, which was the big Nanaimo matchup. But that's a great run, great play call there by Coach Dodd. And they're back in this. Team West is back in this now. It's 13-6, and they'll go for a 1-point conversion with the rules.
Yep. No matter if it's a run or pass, it's going to be a point if they make it.
And it's go for 2, but further out.
Yeah, it's scrimmage from the 5. So no matter, like I said, if it's a run or pass, they make it, it's a point.
It's going to be incomplete, 13-6. 6 minutes left in the first half. So just attention to all fans of amateur football. CanadaFootballChat.com, the nation's #1 amateur football recruiting and news site, recently launched the Class 2018 CFC 100 Top Player Rankings. The list compiled the last 4 months by the CFC Scouting Bureau ranks the top 100 players entering university in 2018.
And it's an impressive list, and there was lots of players in the BC Ontario game last weekend that were on that list. I think upwards of 25 or 30. So, and some of them stepped up, and are definitely, when we release edition number 2, there'll be some kids that are now higher on the list, and there'll be some kids a little lower on the list. But that's what it's all about. We're continuing evaluating those players. So it was great to see them against the best competition, because that's the best way to evaluate them.
Here's Smith just throwing it away there. Great pressure there by number 5, Peter Primo, who already had a pick in this game. Gets a QB hurry to boot. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. And tell us a bit about the CFC Insider, being a CFC Insider.
Yeah, the CFC Insider, it's similar to like an ESPN Insider, or if you're familiar with sites like Arrivals.com, where it just is a chance for people to get more information. So for a fee of upwards of $7 or $8 a month, they can subscribe to the CFC Insider. There's multiple articles published per day that go in the CFC Insider, including our exclusive rankings, the CFC 100, which rank the top high school players entering university, the CFC 60, which ranks the top CJIP and JUCO players, junior college players, and then the, and lots of articles that are written about the recruiting, about profiling some of the players, some of our analysts, Clint Utley, who's here in British Columbia, Ryan McCabe, who's in Ontario, Sonny Wolf, who's in Quebec, and others, would write a variety of analytical articles talking about some of the recruits, etc. So one of the things that the journalists have done really well is cover this event, and everything from Snapchat to obviously we're streaming them live online and archiving them like people would know if they're listening to this. So we've got a good crew of journalists, and they've done a great job.
And what a catch there, Smith. This time to a non-Vernon receiver. It's going to number 18, Lucas Glenn from Lord Tweedsmuir. Great catch there. And Smith really showing off his arm today. Might be small in stature for a grade 8 kid, but he sure makes up for it in arm strength, speed, skill, and football IQ.
Yeah, 2nd and 25 is usually not a good down for an offensive coordinator, but that a little different with that kid behind the center.
Very similar play call to the touchdown. That was the very first touchdown to Danbrook early in the game, but that was a great catch by Lucas Glenn, Lord Tweedsmuir. And then it's a first down, midfield. This time it's going to be handoff to Jaden Klassen from GW Graham in Chilliwack. Always a great football program out in GW Graham, one of the better AA programs in definitely the last 15 years. They're always at the top of the AA rankings, and they do a great job of coaching their kids out in Chilliwack there. Now it's going to be 2nd and 6. Smith's got Barlon Diaz behind him. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Barlon Diaz is going to get the handoff, and he is tackled by number 32, Matt Siemens from West Van. I believe the only Highlander playing in this game from West Van there. That's going to be 3rd and 5. And it must take an army to put this on. Volunteers, sponsors, everyone pitching in to make this the event that we're having. It's only the first game, and we still have 2 more great games coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to tip my hat to everyone that's involved, from the coaches to the players to the parents. Dino Jeremiah, who does a great job of leading the charge up here in British Columbia. And especially the Terry Fox people today that are selling the 50-50 and helping out with a lot of the duties that don't get recognized but are very important to run a big event like this.
Oh, definitely. I'll be taking advantage of that concession at halftime.
It's only 5 minutes. You better hurry.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So 3.5 minutes left here. 13-6 for Team East.
One thing that's unique about this this game and this day is that we definitely don't have any mountains in the other parts of the country where we play the game. So it's hugely picturesque here and beautiful, obviously, with the sun out and the mountain just over yonder here.
And yeah, the town center, Coquitlam, is always great. Great facility. There's soccer games being played, and kind of the pinnacle point of this whole town center. There's even a lake behind us, I think. There's the Pacific Ocean. There's lots to do here. So, and hopefully, you know, talking about some of the guys in the interior, you know, they got some big flood issues right now. So hopefully everything turns out all right there.
Absolutely. We're contending with that last weekend in Ottawa.
Yeah. And here it's 1st and 10. Smith to Klassen. Klassen bulldozes his way up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 10. First down, maybe 11 on the play. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left, and the East are looking to score again just before halftime.
With the limited practice time, these offenses look good.
And, you know, there was a couple fumbles earlier, I think that the rain had, because just, you know, the rain was pouring down just about 2 minutes before the game started. And there's Klassen for no gain. And did you do the pairings somewhat? You know, we have 8s and freshmen, which are grade 9s, and these are guys that are going to be playing JV together next year.
Yep. You know, the pairings, usually we try to, first of all, make it competitive. Secondly, you know, depending on the age group, there's only so many kids that play football in different age groups, so you're either going to go with a double-year cohort or a single-year cohort. You know, we've got the sophomores next, which is a single-year cohort, and you know, usually they're kind of just about to get you know, big recognition on the recruiting circuit. So we like to see some of the single-year cohorts compete against one another. Just makes it easier and more effective to evaluate the talent.
Yeah, and we've seen some of these younger guys too, especially in British Columbia high school football. We have, you know, 2 years ago the Mount Douglas's quarterback who won, Gideon Kremler, was grade 9, and I know I saw Ethan Anderson out here, grade 9 from Abbotsford. I know he's going to be taking over from Colin Mather, who was grade 12, but Ethan Anderson got a lot of reps too. And the varsity level, you're seeing some of these kids be able to play at a high level of football at the grade 8, grade 9 level.
Yeah, last year in Ontario, probably the cohort with the best quarterbacks was the grade 9 group.
Wow. And you're seeing more and more of be able to, you know, the prospects challenge and also individual coaching of quarterbacks. And, you know, there's a lot of quarterback gurus out there. It's a lot different than it used to be, where you can start learning offenses and start learning about reading coverages at an early age, and it just makes you better.
And I think the proliferation of YouTube has really helped the quarterback position as well. I mean, people don't think about that, but, you know, a kid can sit there on YouTube and get coached.
Klassen bounces off one and then moves 4 yards forward to a first down, it looks like. It's going to be a first down around the 15-yard line, I believe. With 1:23 left in this first half. Here's Smith in the shotgun. Clausen behind him. 2 receivers out right. And it's his Vernon receivers out right. Danbrook. Well, that's a great play on the ball by Primo there. Peter Primo out of Mount Douglas. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
He didn't do.
2nd and 10. Zach Smith. 2 running backs in the backfield. 1 receiver out wide. 2 to his left. Smith's going to hand it off to Clausen. He's going to rumble up the middle, but he's been taken down by a handful of West players. And we're going to get a timeout here from Coach Sean Smith of the Team East. 47 seconds left. It's been a great first half.
Yeah, this is going to be a crucial series in the complex of the whole game. You know, if they score here, it could make it a little tough to come back. But if there's a defensive stand, they're right in it. They're just converted touchdown down.
Yeah, East got off to with those 2 big plays. You know, big play after big play early, and then West proved with that big play when Anderson threw it to Joseph Lucas for a big 6-yard gain. They ended up scoring on that drive to make it a 1-score game, and then the East, led by Smith, just taking it all the way down the field again, and now 15 yards away from the end zone and maybe a 2-score lead. He's going to go scramble right, rolls out. He's just going to go down. Good pressure by the West there. We're going to get another timeout. 37 seconds left.
37 seconds. It's going to be 4th down. 4th down, looks like 6 yards. 4th down and 5.
Yeah, and looking at the coaches that you've been able to assemble for each level, most of them head coaches of high school programs.
Mm-hmm.
I know on the varsity level, one is the head coach of WJ Mowat, and the other is head coach of South Delta.
Yeah, I like the players with having a diversity of kids from different programs. We want to resemble that on the coaching staff, because I think the residual benefits to things like this is building the friendship and camaraderie with other programs, and that's only going to help in the long-term development of the game. But also, it's just kind of neat to play an all-star game with someone in grade 9, and then all of a sudden you're potentially playing with them in university 6-7 years later.
And I did a couple games doing high school play-by-play, and you could see the guys that knew each other from Team BC before this, and now it's going to be, we played together at the Prospects Challenge in 2017. It's going to be 4th down here. Smith looks for his target. It's caught by Danbrook, just enough for the 1st down. And that's a huge play. Clock hasn't started yet, but they're going to be on the 3-yard line. Maybe a QB sneak. This is the first time Smith's been under center. He's going to take a knee.
Interesting strategy.
I can't say I've seen that before, Lee. No, that's the one.
That's the one they wanted. Yeah. Okay, stop the clock.
9 seconds left now.
Guess they're playing for the last play.
Well, even in all-star games, there's mind games to be played. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Maybe next time he's just going to hand it to the opposing team. But no, he got it. He spiked the ball, and now we got 9 seconds left, and they're going to get maybe 2 plays, depending if it's tackled in play. But it looks like at least two plays they'll get a shot at the end zone.
My assumption is the second play is what the coach wanted on the first play. So
Yes.
when you don't have a lot of time to build a relationship and have the communication, those things are going to happen.
Yeah, and Smith, that's the only blemish of his whole first half. But it's not going to hurt him because they're going to have 2 shots at the end zone here with 9 seconds left. His team up 7.
Third down, 3-yard line, third goal.
Just do your thing. I wouldn't.
3rd and goal here. Smith in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. He's going to throw it up. It's just dropped.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
2:23 left is going to be 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line.
4th down.
All the teams are going to get one more shot here to put some points up on the board. White looking
Coach Smith talking to Zach Smith. Smith squared. It's going to be a timeout here. One last play left in the half. This could be a huge turning point for either team going into the half, either down 1 score or down 2 for the West. Both teams huddled up. Coach is in there for the Team West, telling what he wants out of them on this play. As goes for Team East. Team East is going to be first to the line. They're ready to go. This is going to be a big play. And now, nope.
West team looking for a big stop. Orange team looking to score.
Might be risky, but I'd hand it to Klassen here, the big running back. 3 yards out. He's been tough to stop, but they're going to throw it. No, it's just going to be Smith rollout. And he is stopped. What a tackle by number 59 there. Ian Marin out of Notre Dame. That's one way to get your team back in the game. Huge stop. And that's going to be halftime with Team East leading Team West 13-6 here at the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back. Second half action of the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge here put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. Second half's about to kick off. Team East with the lead, 13-6, and they're going to take the ball over right here at the 40. Zach Smith, who's thrown 2 touchdowns today, rolls out, and it's deep, and he's got his target. That's Danbrook, and he's going to go. He's at the 10. He's in the end zone. Danbrook, a 65-yard touchdown pass to Danbrook. Danbrook's second receiving touchdown of the day, and Smith's 3rd touchdown pass. And that's one way to start the second half there. 65-yard bomb from Smith to Danbrook, the Vernon homies. And Smith might be in line for the MVP of this one. 3 touchdowns already and well over 150 yards here. They're going to go for a conversion here. 19-6. It's going to be handoff to Christian Barlon Diaz, but he is stopped there. And the score is 19-6 now for Team East here. These are grade, if you're just joining us, these are grade 8 and 9s, BC All-Stars. East versus the West. The Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. CanadaFootballChat.com. These guys have been put through a couple tests to get to this point over the last 2 months. There's regional combines and tryouts to get to this point today. 2 squads battling it out here in Coquitlam. And now the West is going to take over. It's Kalen Bosa. He's going to hand it off to Selrap Kopika from Nanaimo, but he's going to be stopped. It's a loss of 6 yards. Good job by that East defense to get the pressure in the backfield. Stop him for a loss of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 16 at the West 34-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. That's going to be Kopika. And he's going to pick up 6, what he lost. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. New quarterback in. Caden Reeder. Just looking, we don't have the number, but he's the only other quarterback that hasn't played on the roster. It's going to be a pass over to Lucas, and he is stopped. Big hit by number 23, Dominic Matusik. Excuse me, that was Jack Lauren there with the tackle for the East. Bringing up 3rd down. Ref's just talking it over. Looks like it's going to be a false start on Team West. And that is going to be declined. It's going to be 4th down. Some different rules in this all-star format. They can either choose to fake punt, as in give the other team the ball 30 yards the opposite way, or they can elect to go for it, which Team West will. I think it's Caden Reeder from Victoria. He's going to throw it up, and it's caught to Lucas. Good catch by Lucas, but that's not enough. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Not the start the West wanted, down 19-6 early in the 2nd half. Sun's starting to shine here. Had some rain earlier in the day. But now it looks like some sunshine for the rest of the day and the evening. It's 1st and 10. Zach Smith, quarterback. Diaz with the run. He's going to pick up a couple yards there. Barlon Diaz from Coquitlam has ran well today. But the story has been Zach Smith from Vernon throwing it all over the field, especially to his 2 Vernon teammates who are on the team. The 3 Vernon players for Team East have been on all the points scored for Team East. 2nd and 5. Oh, snaps over Smith's head. And he's just going to jump on it. But that's going to be a loss of 10 on the play. 15. It's going to be 3rd and 20 now. For those who just joining us too, this day is not over. We'll have the sophomores, West versus East BC at 1:30 right after this game. Sophomores or grade 10s this year. And some great players expected in that game. 3rd and 20. Smith's going to look to pass. Tries to get a wheel route. And that is number 50, I believe, on Notre Dame. Caleb Hoy, 3rd big. That's his 2nd sack of the day, and he's been all over the field on that defensive front there for Team West. Got some pizza brought up to the booth. Looking good.
Huey's 4th sack.
Yeah. Huey on Notre Dame actually has 4 sacks on the day. He's been dominant. If Smith hasn't been able to get away from him, Hoy is normally there for the sack. For Notre Dame player. Notre Dame, one of the better football programs in the Lower Mainland. Always a good grade 8 team. Their grade 8 team were the provincial champions this year, beating Vancouver College. Now the Wests are going to go to work. Anderson now is Anderson's going to throw, and it's just dropped by number 16, Ryan Warbowski. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Anderson's going to get the play call. 10 minutes left in the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. Anderson in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. One running back in the backfield. And he is strip sacked. And the East are going to recover it. I believe that's number 17, Ashley Bakima, with that. And that was a great play. I think Bakima also was the one that got the sack and then jumped on it, and that is a big turnover in this one. And now Team East are going to take over at the West 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
8th substitution here for the East team.
Smith in the shotgun. Handed off to Klassen. Klassen's going to look outside. And he is taken down by Hoy again. This Notre Dame kid on the defensive line of the West is all over the place in this one. It's going to be a loss of 5, bringing up 2nd and 15.
Nice pool of money here. Should be to support Irish football. Some of you will walk away with a nice chunk of change to pay for lunch. All right, we have a 2nd down and 14 here for the East team.
And he's going to be taken down. Klassen trying to get some yards. He's going to pick up about 2, but it's still going to be 3rd and 14 now.
Number 10, 44 on the play.
Smith's going to look for some of that Vernon magic on this one. His 2 Vernon receivers to the left. And he's going to pass it to Don Brook. And that's some good pursuit by Team West. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and 10. Only a gain of 3 on the play. It's 4th and 10. Fourth and 10. Shotgun. Smith trying to buy some time. It's Hoy again. Number 50 on Notre Dame. Team West with the tackle for, I believe, his 5th sack of the day. Guy's been a beast. No one can block this guy. And the West now, after that turnover on downs, will take over, looking to score on this drive. They're down 19-6, 7 minutes and change left in the 3rd quarter. And up in the air, what a catch by Lucas. Anderson to Lucas for a gain of 30. What a catch. Over the top. What a play by the West when it was most needed. Down 13. Caleb. Huey. 5 sacks in this one for Team West. And now the offense will look to take over after that big play. Anderson's going to take off himself to the right side, off tackle. He's going to pick up a gain of 7 on the play, maybe 8, maybe 9. 2nd and 2. After that big play, the West driving, looking for a score to stay in this one. Their defense has made some big stops in this one. Now the offense is looking to get into that end zone. 2nd and 2. Little draw play. And they Might be just short there. Tackle by Ashley Bakima. Now it's going to be 3rd and inches for Team West. Third and inches. It's going to be false start on Team West. It's now 3rd and 5. For Team West. Not what they wanted there, but this is all 4-down territory. An all-star game, getting down into the other team's territory. 3rd and 5. It's going to be a pitch. Number 27 there. Chris Wang from Handsworth with a good run there. Gain of 2 on the play, and now it's going to be 4th and 3. Big 4th down here for Team West. They need 3 yards. Keep this drive alive. Anderson in the shotgun. 1 receiver to his left, 3 to his right. And it's a draw play. And it's going to be short, it looks like. The handoff to Salrap Kopika. Refs are talking here. And it's a turnover on downs, just short. Unfortunate false start penalty. Pushes them back, and now East will take over, looking to maybe put this game away. 4:30 left. They're up 2 scores. If you are a football player who wants to show off your skills in a competitive environment, be sure to look out for the 2018 Fox 40 Prospect Challenge schedule that will come out in September of 2017. This year, visit CanadaFootballChat.com for more information. It's going to be a run there by Diaz. Little move, cuts inside. And he's going to be taken down after a gain of 13 on the play. Christian Barlon Diaz out of Coquitlam, showing off his skills. And that brings up 1st and 10 now at their own 50-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Hand off to Klassen, up the middle, but a great tackle by number 13. Excuse me, 33, Vincenzo Narduli from Notre Dame. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here. Ball at midfield. And it's going to be Christian Barlon Diaz looking for room. He's caught in the backfield, but he's taken down. Pressure there from number 5, Peter Primo, who's been all over the place today from that safety position. He's got an interception. He's had some couple big tackles as well. So Peter Primo helping out his West defense there. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. It's going to be handoff to Klassen. He's going to be stopped short, well short of the first down. Gets them back to the line of scrimmage at their own 50, bringing up 4th down. Getting a little windy up here in the booth. Team East is going to elect to punt, and with these rules, West will take the ball over 30 yards downfield at their own 30. Looking to score. Only down 2 scores here. 2 in a conversion. With 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, the West need to get something going. We saw their last drive, they've moved the ball quite well. A false start penalty hurt them a bit on 4th down. First annual British Columbia Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. Been a success. This is only the first game. We have the sophomores, which would be grade 10s, playing next. And then the headliner, the varsity, playing at 4, grade 11, 12s. The best the province of British Columbia playing today on this May weekend. Timeout taken by the Team West. Take an opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's great event. Fox 40, Big Kahuna, Russell Athletics, Spalding, CFL, Sports Specific Training, Capital QBs, and CanadaFootballChat.com. Now the Team West is going to take over. It's going to be complete pass. Bosa hits number 34. Jared Steele from Belmont. Gain of 5, maybe 6 on the play. Second and 5. Second and 5 here. Bosa in the shotgun. 2 receivers out wide, to his left, 2 to the right. It's gonna be an option play. He's gonna and what a tackle there. Stopping the bleeding of yardage there. No gain on the play. Great defensive play there by number 23. Actually, no, that's 22, Jack Lauren. out of Holy Cross. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Trips left. Bosa looking to pass. He's going to find his target, but great pursuit there. And that's another tackle by Jack Lauren there. Jack Lauren, 2 big defensive plays on opposite sides of the field, back-to-back. And that's going to be a punt situation, so Team East will take over 30 yards back, and they'll start their drive. Really? Yeah. Clint, how are you pronouncing Notre Dame guy's name? The big Zach. How are you pronouncing his name? Hui. Okay. Actually, I was just told that Jack Lauren had 7 tackles in this game, leading the way for Team East, and that's the end of the quarter. It's 19-6 for Team East. They're about to take over. How we've got to this point so far is first in the first quarter. Smith from Vernon to Danbrook, 15-yard touchdown pass, 6-0 at that point. Couple possessions later, a 47-yard pass from Smith to Mitchell, his other Vernon teammate, 13-0 at that point. Sarup Kopikai had a 5-yard TD run for the West to make it 13-6. And just before half, Smith with a bomb to Danbrook, 19-6, 65-yard bomb. And that is the score we have right now, with East looking for one score here in the 4th to maybe put this away. And if I'm a betting man, Smith is looking like and now it's going to be Smith looking to pass. Rolls out right and puts it on a string. It's number 18, Lucas Glenn for Lord Tweedsmuir. Great pass and catch. Glenn, nice catch. That's his 2nd catch of the day. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Just past midfield. East looking to get in the end zone one more time to maybe put this away. 19-6, 15 minutes left in this game. Smith. This time it's going to go to number 3, William Taggart from Abbotsford. It's going to be no gain. West there. That's Hoye again. On the tackle there. Number 50. Handful of tackles in this one. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. Smith. It's going to be Taggart again. Bulldozing his way through, and I think it might be good enough for a first down. And it will be a first down, and East now driving. McTaggart running like Clausen. Just 2 bulldozing running backs for Team East. And now they got Clausen in the fullback position. It's going to be Taggart again. Up the middle. Keeps his leg moving. No one can take him down. And they finally do, but not after a gain of 10 yards and a first down by William Taggart. And they are driving.
substitution here for Team West.
And it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball at West's 38-yard line. And it's going to be Taggart again. Left side, off tackle. He's going to put his head down and try to move forward, but he's taken down by 4 Team West defenders. But a great run there by Taggart. Gain of 5 on the play. Make that 8. It's going to be 2nd and a long one. It's going to be Smith. Zach Smith. Got Klassen in the backfield with him. And it's going to be Klassen up the middle. Powers through, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down for Team East.
Team West. It's going to be good for a 1st down. Reset the sticks here. Clock is running over 12.5 minutes here. Team East looking to add to the 13-point lead.
1st down. Team East. They lead 19-6 with 12 minutes left in this final quarter. And Klassen rumbling. Gain of 3.
Good pursuit there by 13 and 66, 19 on the players here.
Tackled by Nathan Robinson there.
Thanks again to all the parents, grandparents.
And it's going to be 2nd and 7. Smith. About to get the snap. Klassen in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. He's going to work the right side of the field. He's got a guy in the end zone, and it's caught. And they're going to call him down on the 1-yard line. What a catch by Lucas Glenn, his 3rd of the year of this game, excuse me. And that's going to be at the goal line, but Smith throwing it all over the field might be in line for the MVP. They're going to be on the goal line, inches away from the end zone, and maybe the touchdown that could put this game away with 11 minutes left, looking to pad their lead. 19-6 right now. It's going to be Klassen up the middle, puts his head down, and he is in for a touchdown. Jaden Klassen from GW Graham, been running hard all day, and he is rewarded with a touchdown in the 4th quarter to make this 24-6. 25-6. Having some mathematical issues. Math's not my strong suit. I know jersey numbers, that's about it. But that is a touchdown nonetheless. 25-6 for Team East. They're going to look for the 1-point conversion here. And it's going to be Smith to his right. Has a guy in the flat. It's just overthrown. Intended for Lucas Glenn there. So it's 25-6. 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter here at the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. Put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. And what a game it's been. Team East leading the way over Team West here at Percy Perry Stadium in Coquitlam. Attention all fans of amateur football, CanadaFootballChat.com, the nation's #1 amateur football recruiting and news site, recently launched the Class 2018 CFC 100 Top Player Rankings. The list compiled the last 4 months by the CFC Scouting Bureau ranks the top 100 players entering university in 2018. So check that out and become a CFC insider at CanadaFootballChat.com and access all the rankings and premium information. CFC, all they do is raise the bar for amateur football. And they put this great event on today, the All-Star Fox 40 Prospects Challenge. This is grade 8s and 9s. We'll have the grade 10s or sophomores All-Star game next, starting immediately after this one, and then we'll have the varsity grade 11, 12s of this past year going head-to-head for the Prospects Challenge. So West is going to take over here. It's going to be number 3 getting the handoff. And that's Salarep Kopika from the Nanaimo District. The Nanaimo's team, the Nanaimo District High School, beat John Barsby, also from Nanaimo, in the JV AA provincial finals this past year. Always some great football played out in Nanaimo. They have their BCFC team as well, the Nanaimo Raiders, that play out there. Always a great program, but football is always alive and well in Nanaimo. That's going to bring up, after that 5-yard gain, it's going to be 2nd and 5 with 10 minutes left in the game. 25-6. West trails the East. And it looks like we got a offside here. I believe that's defensive penalty there. So it's going to be 5 yards the other way. 1st and 10. Caden Reeder, he's going to find his target. And that's good enough for about 9 yards there. Maybe 8. 2nd and 2. Good pass and catch.
The winning amount today is $250. $250. Got a lot of tidbits and steep tea with that. Javon's bringing me the ticket now. All right, it's a yellow ticket. Yellow ticket. Number is, if you are the winner, just come up to the booth here.
It's going to be 2nd and 2 here. Caden Reeder. He's going to take it himself, but he's going to get rid of it. And he's hit. It is fumbled. Trying to get it to Salarep Kopika. And it is fumbled. And the East take over again with 9 minutes left, 25-6 here at the Fox 40 Prospects Challenge. Just getting some 50-50 ticket winnings. $250 here. Big money. I could use that to buy a lot of stuff. Congratulations. Just having a great time. Great people around here. Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. 1st and 10. Smith puts it on a dart. And that's Mitchell. Gets away from 3. And that's going to be another big-time touchdown. The Vernon triple threat there again. And that is about a 60-yard touchdown pass there. Smith to Mitchell. The triple pack. Vernon guys, Mitchell. You got Dan Brook, who caught a couple. And then obviously led the way by Zach Smith at QB. Watch out for Vernon next year.
Team East is going up. Again, 31-6. Team East has been living on the big plays today. A lot of nice long throws, good receptions.
So now Mitchell and Danbrook both have 2 touchdown receptions each. Smith throwing all 4 of them. And then Clausen with the other touchdown here in the 4th quarter to make it 31-6 for Team West with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. And they'll go for the conversion here. Smith's going to lob it to the corner of the end zone. Looking for Lucas Glenn, but it's incomplete. And now the West offense will look to take over. Trying to get something going. They've played well at times, but it's been hard to compete with Zach Smith and the Vernon boys. .45 to go. Stay tuned with us, and we'll be doing the same game here, but this time with the sophomore All-Stars, the West and the East of BC. 1st and 10. West takes over.
Make sure you become a CSC insider today at CanadaFootballChat.com. So we got Anderson after at the pivot,
Anderson in the shotgun. Low snap. Anderson's going to pick it up, but he's going to be taken down by number 17, Ashley Bakima from the shoe swap there. Bakima's been all over the place today. He's got a handful of tackles for Team East. You know, talking to Lee Barrett earlier on the broadcast, seeing how many people, how many kids, and how many good football players they've brought in from all over the province, pretty much in every area. Well, that's what makes this Prospect Challenge so special. Anderson looks to throw, intended for number 20, Jackson Gordon, but it's just out of his range. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long whiles. 3rd and 22.
Team West going here on 3rd down. Anderson's got the ball on the sideline. We got too many people on the field here.
Anderson just to the flats, but that's overthrown. It's going to bring up 4th down. Looks like they're going to elect to go for it at this point. 31-6.
Not electing to take the 3 yards. Get it back to Team East.
And they will actually elect to punt with the rules. Team East will take over 30 yards the opposite way.
Showing up now for the next game, just like those that did the rules. So if you're on your side of the 50, you have the option at Coquitlam to either go for it or take the 30 yards of the kick and give it back to the opposing team. If you're on the other side of the
So 30 yards downfield. East will start at their own 50-yard line. If you're wondering about the field, we're playing mostly American football rules, but on a Canadian-sized field.
we are looking to start the grade 10 game Stick around, spend the day here in the town center. Fox and Fox 40 challenge.
Zach Smith, 1st and 10.
Next, and the varsity game coming up at 4 o'clock.
That's going to be Diaz.
Diaz on the run.
Barlon Diaz, been running well all game. Another good run there. Actually, that's Chase Henning is in the game now from Salmon Arm.
Also number 50 for Notre Dame.
So now Chase Henning from Salmon Arm getting some reps in at running back. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now. 1st and 20, actually, after a penalty. Looks like it was holding. So we're going to replay 1st down. 1st and 20. Ball at their own 40-yard line. They need to get to the West 50-yard line. That's going to be Henning again. He's going to get upfield for a gain of 2. 1 to 2 yards there. Running clock 31-6 here at the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. Put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. East got off to an early lead. West tried to hang on with a touchdown of their own. But then in the second half here, East has pulled away to the lead they have now. And thanks to this quarterback, Zach Smith from Vernon. That's going to be Henning getting the handoff. He's going to close to no gain, maybe a yard, half a yard on the play. But most of the scoring's been done by the Vernon triple threat. Zach Smith, Ethan Mitchell, and Caden Danbrook. Third and 20. Henning, handoff again. Good spin move. Stays on his feet. It's going to be taken down after a gain of about 7. It's going to be 4th down. And they will punt. Fox 40, a proud partner and official athletic supplier of the FPC. Fox 40, the official peelless whistles worldwide, authentic, original. And if you're a football player who wants to show off your skills in the competitive environment, be sure to look out for the 2018 Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. And that schedule will come out this September. Visit CanadaFootballChat.com for more information as West takes over with less than 6 minutes left in this game. It's been all East. The West looks just to get to something on the board here. It's gonna be Kalen Bosa as the quarterback here for the West. He's gonna nice spiral there. Great catch by number 12. Ethan Scott. Hugh Boyd, Richmond kid with a great catch there. Gain of 4, bringing up 4th, 2nd and 6 here. West looking for a drive at the end of this one. Put something together. Put some points on the board. First annual Fox 40 Prospects game in BC. Bosa hands it off. The kid from Handsworth, but he fumbles it, and it's still going. It looks like Bosa might be on it there. That's too bad. Chris Swang had a good run there, just couldn't keep the hands on the football. It's a fumble, but they might still have it. And they do. Bosa jumps on it. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game here. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Bosa looking for some magic late in this one. It's 3rd and 10. The ball at their own 32-yard line for Team West. Bosa in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. It's going to be an option play. He's going to take off himself. Bosa up the middle. Going to pick up some good yardage. Not enough for a first down, but look, it's going to be 4th and 3. A big 4th down here to keep this drive rolling for Team West. Fourth and 3. Bosa in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. That's where he's going to look to and throw. In the just incomplete from the flats. Looking for Renell Belendris. And that is incomplete. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And Team East is going to take over inside enemy territory at the West 40-yard line. 3 minutes left in this one. But the story of the day has been Team East, Zach Smith. Give credit to both the offensive lines in this one, too. Both have played well. And offensive line is one of those positions where, for an all-star format, you don't know the guy to the right or the left of you. Normally, this is a group that's quite tight-knit. But at the end of the day, this all-star game is all about having fun, playing good football, and obviously meeting some players that maybe you haven't met before. Here's Smith still passing to the flats. Oh, and it's just dropped by number 14 there, Canyon Lebedeau. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Klassen in the backfield. Look for him to get this handoff. No, Smith's still throwing. Rolls out right. He's going to take off. Tiptoes down the sideline before he runs out of bounds. After a gain of 10 yards on the play, so that's a first down for Team East. First and 10 here. Klassen up the middle, gets the handoff. Doing his version of bumper cars. No one can take him down. He's going to pick up a gain of 4. 2 minutes left.
Thanks all the parents and families who have come from long ways to be
going to be 2nd and 7. Smith looking to pass. Has his target Glenn in the flats. We've seen him. It's almost like Glenn is from Vernon as well, because he's been in on the action as well. A couple big catches today, led by this great offense by Zach Smith.
After he does it, you can just say no who they are.
Just a reminder, too, we got the grade 10 game coming up next.
We'll have the
We're going to start around 1.
awards too coming up after this, and then grade 10 sophomore game at kickoff around that should be 1:30. But this game's not over yet. 46 seconds. Clausen looking for number 2 on the day. He's got enough for the first down, and that could be it.
Every team's favorite formation.
This should be the last play in this one.
Take down the final second. I'd like to thank all of our coaches as well, all the volunteers here today for the Fox 40.
Maybe it's not the last play. Incomplete pass there.
One more player. It's been 13 seconds left.
Smith might be on his way for game's MVP. Threw 4 touchdowns in this one. A pair to Caden Danbrook and another pair to Ethan Mitchell. Also, Jaden Klassen for GW Graham ran in touchdown. He's been running well today. But this should do it. Looks like they're in a victory formation, I would think. And that does it. The Team East 31, Team West 6 in the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, grade 8s and freshmen. The grade 8 and 9, all the best from the province. Give a hand to all these young kids. It was a hard-fought game, a lot of effort from both teams. And this will be experience that they will remember for the rest of their football careers. Just quickly get into the awards here before we start with our second game of the day. Lining up for some awards.
All right, here we go. From the West team, we've got the defensive MVP, number 50, Caleb Hoy, 5 quarterback sacks on the day.
Defense MVP, number 50, Caleb Hoy. He had about 5 sacks in this one. Very well deserved for that young man from Notre Dame. An offensive MVP for the West, Joseph Lucas, kid from Mount Doug. Great young player, receiver, made a couple big plays in this one. And that's well deserved.
From the East, the defensive MVP, number 22, Jack Lauren, 9 tackles today.
As Jack Lauren is the defensive MVP, number 22. He had about 8 or 9 tackles in that one. Played very well. Very impressive for these guys. And these awards.
Offensive MVP, part of the Vernon connection today, number 15, Caden Danbrook with 2 touchdowns.
And Caden Danbrook, over 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Played very well. And He is your East offensive MVP.
The game MVP today from Team East, number 4, quarterback Zach Smith.
And the MVP, you guessed it, number 4, Zach Smith. 4 touchdowns, over 250 yards passing. And congrats to those young men playing today. We'll be back. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the kickoff of the sophomore Fox 40 Prospect Challenge.